shit.
Alright, hello and welcome back to Jazzgrass Gaming. I bought a game.
I'm very, very interested in it. It looks very special.
Ultra, whatever. Yeah, let's play it.
Oh.
Alright, let's hope it's not too loud. I mean, I got the volume adjusted.
That's highly consistent by the established consciousness.
So what I don't get about this game is, like, at least from the store page, from what I could tell, it's not possible to tell if they are serious or not.
Since the Victorian age,
I knew it.
Humanity has given in to the illusion that there is a natural world which can be measured and understood, and through close observation, a resemblance of natural truth can be gained. Every corner of the world needed to be measured and catalogued. Through the times of further industrialization and the development of our modern society, many deemed truths of bygone eras irrelevant and dangerous, so they discarded them without asking. On the other hand, they accepted truths from periods more aligned with the political landscape of modernity without question. One question nobody seemed to pose and no one ever again seemed to doubt was the shape of our world. Although our daily experiences do not suggest that the Earth is a globe, everyone seemed to just believe it as a fact. Until one brave American decided to research matters more thoroughly.
It's always a brave American,
Samuel Robotham, also known as Parallax. Why has modern science failed to recognize the true shape of the Earth? Don't astronomy and the space programs clearly disprove what humanity believed in for centuries? The Flat Earth theory states that modern science is ill-equipped to answer the question because of zeticism. A zetetic forms the question, then immediately sets to work making observations and performing experiments to answer this question. It turns out, we have been asking the wrong questions all along.
Okay, so
what?
It's extremely difficult to figure out if this is real or not, because at the start of the game it says, warning, the information provided in this game is highly contested.
Yes.
That would make it but like, on the other hand, I'm like, I think they might actually be completely serious due to the fact that they're using the word contested.
Yeah.
Not
like they're not disproving it. They're not saying like, oh yeah, this is totally fake or anything.
Well, yeah. So it's like, but but one thing they're
very neutral
so
on
one
it.
thing about this is when you hear about flat Earth and stuff and people talking about it, they always it's always the case with it's a typical conspiracy theory thing where they just say stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't actually provide any actual context. Like, for example, he was like, well, brave American.
Yeah.
Some dude discovered the Earth was actually flat.
But they didn't want to
like,
question.
Okay,
Ooh.
and how did he find out? And what did he do to get to
or
that
he's like,
conclusion?
oh yeah, space.
And who peer-reviewed his conclusion?
Exactly. Or it's just like, oh yeah, something that space travel could have debunked already. It's like, wait, what? Like, what? How? They should have. They would have done that then.
But this theory goes so extremely far that they also do not believe in gravity.
Yeah, which is weird.
It's so strange. Like, in order to believe in flat Earth, you have to actually reject like
everything.
The fabric of space-time.
Because it's not how it works.
Right. Alright, so let's start and let's get going.
What this game is.
Like, weird adventure. We've done some stuff with conspiracy theories before.
We
some
know
projects
what's going
that
on.
we haven't released yet because they didn't turn out quite the way I wanted to and stuff. But yeah, so let's delve into this conspiracy bullshit and let's see what they believe.
For it. I want to know what's going on.
Okay, so we get to choose between different places too, and we can
options,
also
right,
rotate around. And look, if you look around underneath.
So there's just fucking stalactites or mites.
Alright, so that's Africa. This is Europe.
Yes.
Oh, we can zoom in very slowly.
And then you have Australia to the right, left, down there. Yeah,
Yes.
Australia.
And this side is the
Americas.
nighttime because the tiny ass sun is
Sun.
over here. So let's start with the sun. It's
Fuck it.
It's the center of our solar. No wait.
We're the center.
Huh.
It's
The
a
com-
heliocentric
Okay, let's just see what
idea.
we have, right?
The sun.
The sun, right?
Let's see what goes on.
The moon.
Ooh.
The summer gate. The atmoplane.
Oh, what?
Space program.
Ah, space fake.
The cover up.
Ooh.
Oh, they're about to give me a clue in 1,000 seconds if I don't hurry up.
Come on, figure
They're
it
just
out
like,
already.
do something. All right, let's
start at the sun, I
I
guess.
didn't see this one yet.
Ooh.
The Antarctic ice wall. Okay,
Yeah,
well, let's
don't
start with
listen
the
to those
sun.
Russians who went there.
The sun is a revolving sphere. It has a diameter of 32 miles and is located approximately 3,000 miles above the surface of the Earth. The sun's area of light is similar to the spotlight of a searchlight. This means that only certain portions of the Earth are illuminated at a time. It also describes how night and day arise on
But
a
it would
flat
have to
Earth.
have a cap on it.
Apparent views of rising and setting are caused by perspective. Just as a flock of birds overhead will descend into the horizon as they fly into the distance. Together with the moon, the sun rotates around a mysterious central point of rotation.
Right?
No, that's not how it works.
So that clears up how the sun works in their.
I like how the sun is a sphere though. Like so the Earth is flat,
But we do
but
have
the rest
spheres
of
in
all
the
these
skies.
celestial
Yeah.
bodies are spheres.
Spheres, yeah, not spheres.
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 Bit
It's
me
not a
spheres.
difficult letter to pronounce. Spheres.
No,
We
my-
use it in
my-
Dutch as well.
My top lip was a little dry. So it's stuck on my
Top lip. Alright.
So it's
But yeah, so the sun, yeah. ain't that-
3,000 miles above.
ain't that
Yeah, sure.
something?
It works like spotlight, even though it isn't. Backspace, exit, escape.
Oh, we can up the size of the
Oh.
sun now, so we unlock new cute.
Whoa! Burn the world to fire and ash. Wait, what's hovering around the sun?
Huh?
Something around the sun hovering. Yeah.
Where?
Look, the little fucking icon above the sun. Or is that just the?
That's the sun.
Oh,
That's
I thought that was a
information
new
about
thing.
the sun.
Ah,
Alright,
don't
and
worry.
the sun distance should be all the way up here. This should be all the way up like that.
Yeah.
But
Something
now
like that.
there's no nighttime and it doesn't work. See,
It doesn't
Professor-
make sense on my fucking
see,
flat model.
science.
It wouldn't work.
Alright, let's just bring that back
Hello?
down. So this is as big as they think it is at the distance
Oh,
that they
A
think.
little further, I think. Yeah, like that. They thought.
Right, that's what they think is happening. We
Oh.
can enter photo mode.
Ooh,
Ooh.
see?
Oh, we can use. Oh, nice. Now we can use WAS, so we can
Perfect.
look underneath the skirt of the disc.
We want to see, does it have a PP? Or a JJ? Or Bum Bum? Oh, is this where they keep the dinosaurs?
Where's the Easter egg, motherfucker? So it's all just rocks.
Yep, just
but,
rocks.
But so I just.
How would they
But
grow
they don't
like
believe
that?
in space, do they? So
Yeah.
what's outside of the disc? Well, nothing, I guess. Because they're like
The
in order to
sun?
be a flat Earth, you also have to be Christian, I guess. Because
I
you have to
don't-
think that God created this disc to put humans on it,
I
and
think,
that's it.
I think they're like the special Christian.
They
Like,
what?
what the fuck?
Well, yeah, I mean, duh. The average Christian is smart enough to know that the fucking the Pope doesn't fucking believe that.
Oh, that would be
fucking-
hilarious if the Pope would come out right now and say, "Yeah, the Earth's flat."
The Earth is flat. If that happens, I don't even. Okay, so what do you want to see next? The
All right.
moon.
The moon, of course. This is,
Let's
you
talk
know,
about
go
the
top
moon.
to bottom.
All right.
The moon is a revolving sphere.
Cool.
It has a diameter of 32 miles and is
Huh?
located approximately
Wait, hold on.
3,000 miles above the surface of the
Huh?
Earth.
Hold on,
The
that
moon
doesn't make
is
sense.
thought to be
Not how it
spherical
works.
due to a slight rocking back and forth over its monthly cycle. The moon does not emit light by itself. It is lit by the sun. It moves from 3,000 miles to 2,000 miles over the duration of a month, thus causing the lunar cycle we observe as new moon, half moon, and full moon. It is still debated by many of the planar astronomers if the moon has a surface sufficient for anyone to stand upon it. Parallax theorized that the moon might not be as real as it seems. For example, a strong, unnatural glow around its edge can be observed by anyone with a telescope or camera with sufficient zoom capabilities.
Well, yeah, the moon has a
Some
very
citizen
slight
scholars
atmosphere.
investigating
Yeah.
this interesting natural
And
phenomenon
also the right
also
light
agree
refracting
that
off
the
it through
moon is
going through
either
our
a projection
atmosphere.
or
Idiots.
an atmospheric reflection of a body closely orbiting the rim of the Terran plane. But for the model of the monopole flat Earth, the question of the moon's solidity is not relevant. In 1969, the moon was the setting of a fictional worldwide television broadcast in which the United States of America, more specifically NASA, claimed to have landed on the moon. The hoax was discovered by independent researchers, but many of them have since been silenced by NASA agents or pressured into publicly stating that they were wrong.
And who's the source on that?
What the fuck? Like Joe Rogan in his early years? Is that where you got your information from? Like what?
Bro, like who's the source? You're just saying things. You're just saying
Also,
things.
I love how the fucking scroll bar doesn't work. Like it's cutting off at the end. And, oh wow, yeah, that's also wow.
I'm scrolling as fast as I humanly can, folks. This is the most aggressive
Wow.
scroll I can give you. And there we go.
What a bad.
Yeah, also the
Wow.
scroll bar just sort of
Ends.
clips through the bottom.
Goes into the nothingness.
But here's the thing: they're just saying things.
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying earlier. If you're saying something with authority, that doesn't mean that you're necessarily
Right.
that doesn't mean that you're right. Like I'll give you an example. Right, this is a good example.
Oh.
Experts have observed my massive penis measuring in at over 5 meters and 40 centimeters. However, the Guinness Book of Records does not currently recognize my epic boner. The reason for this is because independent researchers are being silenced by the government and as well as the UN. That's how it became such a worldwide issue. You see, if it was just in my country, I could have gone over to another country and showed them my balonka lonka donker, and they would of course publish the information, making it public for everyone to see. However, I cannot currently confirm or deny that my penis is 5 meters 40 centimeters because I'm not allowed to show it on the YouTube.
I believe him. You sound very convincing.
Yeah, because I said it with authority, so it's like, duh. Duh!
But I just love it.
Fucking hell,
And again,
man.
it's another swear.
Shit, man. Sometimes I even do that with my friends just to prank them, man. Just to be like,
prank,
just
right.
to give them an inaccurate fact, and then when they're like, really? I just go like, no.
Okay, so want to go for the ice walls? Let's
Yeah, I'm
see
trying to
what's that
figure
about.
out what I'm trying to. So how do I? Because I can no longer get. Oh wait, no. Oh, this is the pause menu. I'm smart. I
Smart.
didn't say. So which one do you want to see?
The ice walls. That's the
The Antarctica.
Antarctic
Yeah,
walls.
let's start outward. All right. The
Exactly. Working.
The ice wall.
What's that all about?
The Antarctic ice wall. At the outer edge of the world, we find the Antarctic ice wall.
Huh?
The wall was first discovered in 1841 by the British explorer James Clark Ross when he circumnavigated the edge of the known Earth. Though he thought himself to be at the southern pole because he simply followed the magnetic field which develops outwards from the center. The ice wall is, along most of its length, 150 meters high and, by the description of Ross, an impenetrable shield of ice, snow, and rock. Several expeditions tried to reach the presumed South Pole until the Norwegian Roland Amundsen staged a successful journey to the South Pole at one of the few places where the ice wall can be accessed. Beyond the ice wall exists a mountain range up to 2,000 meters high. Beyond that, the theories vary. Some predict that there is a rim. Others theorize that the world stretches indefinitely. Today, a select few ships can visit the outer border of the planar rim. It gets sold as the southern tip of the Earth, but evidence suggests it is only the furthest from the center. If the Arctic ice wall is the outer point of the world, it cannot be clearly determined, due to the fact that no one has ever crossed the mountain range to our knowledge. the extent of the Terran plane cannot be reasonably determined.
Okay.
That's so bad. Like, there's been a lot of people to Antarctica, dude. You'd be surprised.
Well, all I want to know is why is it that if I walk in a straight line, right, through a circle, I end up going from one end to the other end. But if I walk in a straight line indefinitely on Earth, I end up eventually where I started.
Yes, we've been around the world.
How does that work, Mr. Scientist? And also, why is this wall inaccessible when we have technology that would reasonably allow us to climb that wall and access it from any point?
Bro, we have fucking planes that can fucking go around the world like it's nothing.
Planes fly higher than 2,000 meters.
And they can just fucking see this shit.
I think they do.
Like, they fly over Alaska. Like, they
get out of here.
There have been
I think
so
there's probably
many
like a button down here, but I
things.
can't reach it, so I'll just do it like this.
There's been so much research in Antarctica as well. It's just like, come on, dude.
Alright, so
I've never heard about this. The summer gate.
This is new to me as well. Let's see.
The summer gate. In this model, the Terran plane is represented as a solid disk with an end and a start. However, this is not the only model. Out of a sense of fairness, we should mention the infinite Earth theory. It states that the Terran plane is not finite, and that beyond the ice wall, other lands exist. The most popular of these theories is the summer gate theory. It states that the ice wall just near New Zealand melts during the summer and leaves passage open to another ring of continents on the Terran plane. These continents are lit by another sol called Bol, or Nemesis.
Bol or Nemesis?
The transfer will only be possible during summer as long as Bol and Sol are near each other. So only during a short night, a ship might traverse the gate and re-emerge in the light of Bol on the other side. Traveling to this gate is near impossible. While one can traverse along the Arctic ice wall with the approval of the UN, no expedition
where's the proof of this?
Supposed summer gate location. This gives the theory credibility.
No, it doesn't.
Raises one question. If the summer gate is real, what might lie beyond its path? Some theorize that the mythical places of Atlantis and Hyperborea, or many of the other lost continents of history, are just behind the Arctic ice wall.
This gives the theory credibility?
I love that so much.
But
what the fuck?
But what do you mean it gives it credibility?
Bro.
Why does it give it credibility? Because you haven't stated any sources for this fucking mad claim.
Bro, this whole fucking summer gate, like people in New Zealand would know about that.
How are they even hiding this large of a paper trail?
Exactly.
All those commercial ships. How are they all in on it?
Like, these are just some dudes in a fucking basement thinking up funny shit, I guess.
Have these motherfuckers never watched, like, those guys that go into the, like, Arctic seas to fish crabs and shit?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Whoa.
Good thing it's almost empty.
Good. Well, you took it back.
Yeah, I did, actually. So, right? I think the next one's the Atmo plane.
Yeah, the Atmo plane.
Now, that's something that I'm also just not familiar with.
The atmoplane, or atmolayer,
is the atmosphere.
Is a series of gas layers above the inhabited part of the Earth.
Do a typo?
If the Earth is finite, as shown in this model, the atmoplane gets thinner and less dense towards the edges, where the Arctic ice wall stops the atmoplane from flowing off the edge.
What?
If the infinite Earth hypothesis is true, the atmoplane would possibly extend as infinitely as the Earth does. The atmoplane is separated into the following layers. The tropolayer, where most of the regular aircraft travel, up to 11 miles. The stratolayer, the highest ever reached layer by humans that can be reasonably confirmed, up to 30 miles. The extent of the mesolayer and ionolayer are still debated. Their existence is assumed by the phenomenon of meteors and polar lights.
But how can the sun be flying inside of the atmosphere if it's only 3 Or was it, wait, was it 3,000 miles or 3,000 meters up?
3,000 miles.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
I was
But,
always
you
like,
know-
how does that, how do
No,
those calculations
You know what
work? But
makes
they
no
do.
sense at all? So they say that this is all held in by the ice walls. But the ice walls are only 150 meters high. So how can they fly up
No, they
to
aren't.
30 miles?
They were more than that. They said they were like 2,000 miles high.
Did it say 150 miles and meters? Come on, man. Why do you got to use these stupid...
Yeah, well, duh, it's an American theory. Who else is
Who
gonna believe
else?
in a fucking flat Earth other than an American?
Yo, for real, I do really think that just some fucking high-ass dude
What
is-
the fuck just
is this?
happened? Job 38.5. Who marked off its dimensions? Surely you know. Who stretched a measuring line across it? What are you talking about?
Some French
Sir.
dudes? What? What? This wasn't in the Bible. Not in my Bible.
What are you fucking on about, man?
Fucking evangelical.
There's just the fact that they like it's just so it's because the whole theory is just so flimsy. All right, space programs, man.
Yes. Let's figure this shit out.
Space programs. In the 1950s, during the Cold War, the two opposing blocks of the totalitarian USSR and the free world under the leadership of the United States started the competition of the supposed space race. Why space and its supposed conquest was so important was explained by Senate Majority Leader and later President Lyndon B. Johnson. Quote, "Control of space means control of the world, the position of total control over the Earth that lies somewhere in outer space." This statement proves space was seen as an ultimate achievement, primarily on the grounds of propaganda and the invoking of fear of war capabilities. A few months later, NASA was established. The Soviets, meanwhile, resorted to their first hoaxes with a supposed Sputnik satellite. This was in reality just a radio transmission that was broadcasted by a high-altitude aircraft, as previously uncovered documents at the end of the USSR in 1990 show. However, these documents have since been confiscated by various actors. Most of the rockets tested since the beginning of the space race have been failures. Some observers see in modern rocket launches nothing more than oversized effect shows that shoot a rocket a few thousand miles above the plane until it is out of sight for most of the observers, where it deploys its parachutes into the sea or is destroyed. What was at first just a game of intimidation by posturing with so-called achievements in space travel developed into a huge financial scam during the 80s and beyond to the modern day, where companies pay for satellites that would supposedly be put into orbit for up to $10,000 per ton of payload. Hereby, not only do satellite manufacturers and NASA profit from the fraud, but also other new players such as SpaceX. Developing countries such as India also participate in the scam, in the hope that the huge sums involved would benefit their economies. A large community of citizen scientists do an excellent job.
How would it benefit their economy? It proved to me that it would. That proved to me why they're doing this. If you can at least give some proper motive.
Global network of radio towers. There is no flat Earth conspiracy, but a fake space flight cabal that uses the illusion of space travel to make trillions worldwide.
But how do they make those trillions? What
bro,
from
you know what I
them?
love? You know what I love? He's putting it like, oh yeah, so they're selling these fucking satellites to companies as a scheme. And I was just like, bro, these companies would know that their GPS doesn't work. Like, what? Like, don't you think they'd figured that out yet?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Someone smart enough to program this actually believes in flat Earth.
I wonder who he bought to fucking speak all like talk all this. Oh, just the. Yay! Look!
Fuck your bloom effect.
Look at it go!
Oh, that just doesn't. What? Why is there just a random bit of text saying bloom effect
I don't
and
know.
that doesn't do anything?
It's a hoax.
The bloom effect is a hoax. All right, are you ready to Freddy.
Alright, so we
It's
did
ready
space
for the
room.
cover-up. It's the
Ooh.
last one of the video.
Let's hope.
Cover-up. The fake space programs of NASA and the Russians are the reason why
The
the
Russians.
sphere model has been propagated during the 20th century. NASA doesn't hide the true shape of the Earth. During their early fakes, they showed pictures of the spheroid Earth and are now stuck with it. Organizations like the United Nations even show the true shape of the Earth on their flag. Because the UN was founded before NASA, the designer of the flag took the model of the monopole flat Earth as a representation. Although by the mid-60s, most of those institutions had recognized the hoaxes of the space programs, they continued to support it. The immense sums of money that are invested by governments and corporations in supposed space programs are used, to a large extent, to pay off the officials and many people who know about the true shape
That
of
would
the
cost
Earth.
so much. That would cost so
I
much
know.
more than
TV.
that would cost so much more than they actually
An
have.
intricate web of lies has been spun to obstruct the public's
It would
clear
cost
view of
trillions.
reality.
I love the leaps and bounds of fucking reason that they take. And I also, you know what I really love? They put the UN logo right on like little transparent so you can see the sun going over it, like, oh, you see? You see it was right in your face
but
all
the reason
along.
the flag looks like this is literally just because
Looks
it's,
cool.
well, no, because they had to put all the countries on there,
Exactly.
so it had to be a flat-looking fucking fake because flags aren't like pictures aren't 3D.
Oh, jeez.
Oh mate,
What
mate, it's such
what
a
a dude.
it's such a fucking mindfuck to think that like people believe
Actually
in
believe
this.
it.
People, I mean, I gotta say though, it does look pretty cool to live in a world like this, though. Honestly.
Yeah, sure. Like, I'd love to be like, oh yeah, dude,
But
Brian, did you hear
they're-
about the ice fucking wall? It's starting to fucking crumble down.
But
Ooh.
like the reasoning behind this conspiracy is so flimsy. It's
Yeah.
like, really? That's what they're lying about? You think that's it? That's
if you really that's all.
is that's how they're
A big
doing
hoax?
this, according to you? It's just. So I'm just kind of sitting here waiting for the next clue to pop up.
I know.
Because the last one was pretty wild and wacky, right? So I'm just like, what's going on here? All right, let's set this to like standstill.
Let's go
Because what I
slowly.
want to do is I want to go into here.
Scroll, scroll, scroll your roll.
Hey, how you doing, pal?
Gently nicely.
I guess I'll have to go into photo mode
Yes.
real quick.
Whoa. Oh, dude, you're doing the moon landing.
Oh
You're
shit!
faking it. You
Oh,
see?
dude, so did you know that Neil Armstrong actually didn't actually almost didn't make it? He almost crashed the lander.
Yeah, I heard that.
So the thing is, at some point during the broadcast, during the live broadcast of the moon landing, you could hear radio control say like 60 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
That meant 60 seconds of fuel left.
Ooh.
And he was flying sideways over a valley full of craters and rock and house-sized boulders that he couldn't land on.
What?
So
What a ultra chat to have landed that lander. Like,
yeah, and you know what's great about that? Because I said it with such authority, you believe me.
I do believe you. Because that would be so awesome. Because I've watched Space Cowboys.
Like that's how easy it is, honest. I don't know how many of you guys I fooled with that, but yeah, that's
I was just imagining it. I was like, I want that to be true.
like I don't fucking know. Do you see fucking Lance Neil Armstrong
Lance
in that fucking land of like deja vu? I've been in this place before. Gliding over the moon. Oh shit, that boulder's bigger than my house.
Major top to ground control. I'm putting it in reverse.
Oh,
the gearbox.
The brakes are gone.
Neil, if you'd crash this, there won't be any fucking AAA surface for you. At the
God,
moon.
Comment on this video if you're a flat Earth believer, and
Tell us why we're wrong.
if you are a flat Earth believer, give the Terry Pratchett book series a try. I know you probably can't read it, but it's
the
pretty
Bible, you
good.
can read
It's
that.
pretty good. you know, it's a little bit more advanced than your theory. A little bit more believable.
But dude,
Uh,
I really didn't expect this.
yeah.
I really didn't expect this to be.
I was hoping for this.
I really like. I felt like, oh,
Great.
cool. You can like simulate a flat Earth and maybe change it. But no. This is just a full on like interactive essay on why the Earth's flat.
Why
Big ass moon, big ass sun.
And they move super fast. Now imagine living on an Earth like this.
Dude, the sun's just rolling.
It glips through. Oh yeah,
You could only live in the center pole.
Alright.
Dude, you'd have an amazing tan.
Ah man, this
I
is
feel like the seas would almost come up to the moon.
the people on this planet, man. What are we doing with them?
What a bunch of idiots.
What are we doing with them? What's their purpose?
But also,
yeah,
like the way the fucking sun is lighting up that space. It's not how that works. Like it would have to need like a little fucking reflective cap on the thing to make it a spotlight. It's just
wouldn't it? Yeah, also that, but wouldn't it also light up a bigger area that is even at this size?
Yeah.
Simply because it's pushing like photons all directions, right? So wouldn't it be a little further than just this? I feel like that's what gets me, man. It's like.
It's like, it works like a spotlight, but don't worry, it's not a spotlight.
Have you ever do they know how spotlights work? Do they know that they aren't? And why is it believable for a sphere to be hanging out in space in a specific weird orbit and the moon? Like that's why I'm saying like you can only believe this if you're Christian or otherwise religious, because you would, the only way to believe in it is to fall back on it was made this way because the creator of our universe made it. But the flimsy ass reasoning behind it is just like because companies and governments are trying to sell shit.
I love how it goes there.
It's
I love
like,
how it goes there. It's like, oh yeah, there's all global
then they go like,
conspiracies.
yeah, no, people of the past, you know, when they heard the Earth was a globe, they just blindly believed it.
Yeah.
It's not because, you know, when you see a ship moving very far away, it disappears bottom first.
Mhm.
No, it's not because if you're standing in a particularly open field, you can see the curvature of the Earth live in front of you.
No.
No, it's because they were fucking stupid and someone just made something up and everyone rolled with it for for more than 1800 years, because even the Egyptians knew that the Earth isn't flat.
Bro, we've been on this shit for so long. That's
for like
what,
probably 10,000-ish years, right?
Come
for
on,
10,000 years, we have known that we've been like, yeah, the Earth is a globe, but only in the 1800s did one brave American. Like, why is it always a brave American or or an American striving for the best for his country or some patriotic bullshit?
It's always
like,
that.
Oh,
it's
God.
like, oh yeah, I wish America was the good old times again.
Like, if you mention that it was an American that came up with the theory, it loses all credibility anyway, because you're fucking because only Americans believe in flat Earth.
Yeah.
You don't hear about it outside of the Earth. Outside of
the Earth.
Fucking America. There, I'm losing my fucking
son of a
mind.
bitch.
God, man. So, what
We live on a flat Earth with a round sun and a round fucking moon. That makes total
like
sense.
a very cool world to go on an adventure.
Of course, I'd love to.
So, in case
fucking
you
sail
wanted
through the summer gate.
In case you're at home, you're thinking,
know.
I want to mess around on a flat Earth. I want to have flat Earth adventures. Read Terry Pratchett's. Oh, it was on my penis all along.
You damn
just
dirty
read Terry
heathen.
Pratchett's. This is books about Discworld. Discworld books.
Discworld books.
Yeah. They're good. They're funny. They're a bit. If English is your first language, it might be a little confusing to read. Though I had a bit difficulty with it.
Understandable.
Because my English is good enough, but it's not,
Social media good enough.
I'm not like university level English,
My high English isn't that.
I speak
isn't that
English well enough, but
I guess 5 in another world. But
anyway,
come on.
this
See,
has
guys?
been a weird little episode, like a half an hour conspiracy theory. Get your tinfoil hat, everything.
You know what?
I
I think they might be onto something.
We're always looking to find interesting people to talk to.
They convinced me.
you know, we'll even talk to you in a manner that doesn't, you know, make it apparent that we think you have the intelligence of a child. Have a nice day.
I'd love to see
Have a
fucking
nice
Flat
day.
Earther IRL.
And you know what?
I have.
I'll see you when the Earth has rotated around a bit.
Haha! Round Earth jokes.